You guys are on.
All right. Are we on? We're good, right? All right.
Yeah,
So
we're
look,
good, man.
what's up? What's up, everybody? Look, we're still working out all these kinks. I'm Mark Fernandez. We got Theory. Theory, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so look, we knew that this is going to be this is the first episode of tentatively titled Rule of Two, the rebirth or whatever it is. We want you guys to actually comment, give us ideas for new names for the show. We're totally open to it. We're going to work out the kinks, right, Theory? I mean, this is just the beginning.
I thought of a name right off the bat. The Huts.
The Huts. Yeah. Yeah, Theory and I were thinking, like, what do Sith do when they retire? They become Huts, right? So
Team of fat overlords.
yeah. So anyway, dude, I'm super psyched to be talking Star Wars again, brother. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm
really
good.
excited for this. I think it's going to be very awesome.
Yeah, man, I think it's going to be awesome, dude. And there's so much, like, I kind of at the end of last year was like, oh man, the movies are kind of over. There's not going to be a ton of Star Wars to talk about. But I feel like today we were going over the show notes, and believe it or not, Theory and I actually did do a little pre-production, right? I mean, is that a new thing?
Unlike our other podcasts, whenever I'm down in LA and we're just like sitting there for like 20 minutes, like,
Yeah. So look, we have a lot of talk, to talk about, right? We got the Clone Wars, review. Bad Batch. We got Project Luminous. That's big news right now. I actually have one of the Collider reporters over at the Disney lot about to get all the info and all that stuff. So we'll be reporting that to you guys tomorrow with all kinds of details. Also, you told me that Fallen Order has been announced for a sequel. Is that a real thing?
There's a rumor that it has been, and it's by a guy from Kotaku. His name is Jason Schreier. And he said, I said this in my last stream, he said, today EA has 2 new Star Wars games in development, a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order at Respawn, and a smaller, more unusual project at EA Motive in Montreal, Canada. So it looks like we're going to be getting 2 Star Wars games, and one of them is going to be the sequel.
So, dude, right off the bat, do you mind if we dive into Fallen Order a little bit?
Let's go right into it, man. It's one of my favorite games.
All right, so right off the bat, if you could pick 3 things that you want to see in the new Fallen Order, what would those things be?
Easy. I want to see Order 66 fleshed out more. I want to see more flashbacks of Cal being a Padawan, because I thought that was really cool. We've never really gotten to see him play as, or be able to play as like a Jedi, right, in the temple. So it'd be cool if we could even go to Coruscant, and maybe they can like flesh out some, like put some stuff in with Anakin or whatever. I want to build more of my lightsaber, and I want to see more Force powers, and of course more Vader.
Yeah, for me, I want to see, it's not like so much that I want to see more. I want to see less like environmental puzzles, man. Like even like before the show started, you were doing that killer live stream and I was watching it, you playing the game a little bit. And it's like the lightsaber combat in Fallen Order was so good.
It was.
It's so
it
much.
Just felt good to slash.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I just felt that I didn't get enough of that. And then I played the game once through in like the medium difficulty because the game is actually kind of difficult.
It's hard, man, yeah.
Like I tried to play it in the harder difficulty. I forget. Like I think I finished it on Jedi Knight. Was the one that I finished it on, and I'm dying to go back and replay those boss battles at a higher level.
Grandmaster. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing Grandmaster.
Are you playing the whole game through Grandmaster?
Yeah.
Damn, how hard is it?
Dude, I'm only on like the first level pretty much.
Dude, it's tough,
difficult.
Dude.
Everything is like 10 times more difficult. You die really quickly.
And you already know what all the puzzles are too, right? So like you don't have to worry about figuring out the puzzles. It's just about executing. So is it the combat that's become really difficult?
That is I'd say the health. So it's like whenever people attack you, you take more HP.
Yeah, I love the lightsaber combat in Fallen Order, man. It's really fun, dude. And like especially that finale. Is it all right to talk spoilers here? Has everybody played this game? I don't want to spoil anything. Okay. What do you think?
Some people were saying your mic's okay, right? Some people were saying your mic's.
Is my mic messed up?
I don't know. We'll let your team fix it if it is. Another thing they need to focus on is dismemberment.
Like
come on. Like, they all got to get their hands chopped off and stuff whenever they attack stormtroopers. I just feel like that's something they really got to throw in there. It would be a waste not to.
And like, what do you think is going to happen with the story? Do you think it's going to be a continuation of what we got? Is it going to follow him again?
This guy, the Jason Schreier of Kotaku, says a sequel. So,
hold on, I'm trying to see if the mic is all messed up. People are saying it's fine. I don't know.
Mike's fine. Mike's fine. Okay, good.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that the folks out there can. Mic is perfect. All right, cool. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, no. This guy says that it's going to be a sequel. So, I mean, if the rumors are true, then.
Well, look, Kotaku's a pretty good source. You know, Kotaku's been one of the gaming sources that I've been following since, like, I've been in the gaming business back in my days at Rockstar. Since like 2002, 2003, Kotaku.
Yeah, you guys don't know this, but Mark is actually one of the very, very OGs of Rockstar.
Well, yeah. Look, it's, people can Google me, and I'm sure some people have. But that's all in the past, and I'm very proud of it. But it's all about what do we do in the future, And like, I love video games. You and I have talked about maybe doing a video game, together. Yeah. If just to riff on that for a second, if you wanted to make any game that you could, what kind of game would you want to make?
I'd want to make an open world Star Wars game where basically Star Wars Galaxies, but
oh, really? Star Wars Galaxies. So okay, so look,
basically Star Wars Galaxy, but like in today's graphics.
Okay.
And with customization.
Can I stop you there for 1 second?
Yeah, you can stop.
Okay, so just so the audience knows this, I've been trying to get Theory to play Star Wars Galaxies with me for how long now? It's been at least a year.
At least a year.
Yeah. And this weekend I finally called him and said, "Yo, dude, how come you just download the game? You just got to sign up for it." And you thought that I was talking about Star Wars Galaxies of Heroes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm like. I don't want to play this crap.
Which is a mobile game. That's not what I'm talking about, man. So it's like, if anybody else has played Star Wars Galaxies in the chat, like, say something, convince my brother Theory to log on and start playing, man, because it's such a beautiful game. It's like everything you want in a Star Wars game, it's in there. Now, the graphics are a little bit old because it was released in 2003, so the graphics are dated. But the gameplay itself is gorgeous. And as somebody who loves, all the fan fiction stuff, Star Wars Galaxies is supported. It's only made by fans and supported by fans. Yeah. There's no money in it. It's just pure fan creation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm down, man. I've just been a little busy lately.
Yeah, fair enough. Does everybody know about the puppy?
Oh, yeah, the puppy's taking over my life.
Right. All right, so look, is there anything else you want to chat about when it comes to Fallen Order 2?
No, I'm pretty stoked, dude. I just hope they make it soon. It's probably going to come out in the next couple of years. I would be very surprised if it takes longer than 3 years. But, I mean, it seems like we're going to be getting that next Star Wars movie in 2022. And then they'll probably, just like Rise of Skywalker, they'll probably release JFO 2 around that time.
What have you been hearing about this new Star Wars movie? Like, it sounds like you know more about it than I do.
No, man, it's just rumors and stuff. So it's like, I mean, a lot of people are saying that it's going to be called the High Republic, or it's going to take place in the High Republic, which is 400 years before Episode 1. So Yoda at this point would be like in his prime. He'd be young.
Yeah, because now that's actually a good segue. So today at the Disney lot, I believe, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, 6 p.m. Pacific, they're going to be dropping more info on Project Luminous. And the idea for Project Luminous came from Lucasfilm Publishing creative director Michael Siglain. And the project has been in the works since 2018. And there's 5 authors involved with Project Luminous that all met up at Skywalker Ranch at some point in September to discuss this kind of shared universe across novels, comic books, and I believe that's it. So there's like the Marvel comics, there's the IDW comics, and then there's the books. And I guess 5 writers who I have their names here. Cavan Scott, who wrote Star Wars Adventures, Claudia Gray, Star Wars Master and Apprentice, Charles Soule, Daniel, whatever. There's 5 people that are going to be.
Charles Soule guy or Soule. He's talented, man. He made those the Vader comics, the new ones.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, yeah.
You like those?
I love them. Yeah. Well, we're like the portal opens and like Vader goes in there and he fights the Jedi that he killed and they're all waiting for him. And then he sees Padme and it was so cool.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the one where you got that awesome image of Vader with Padme's tomb with the flowers on it and stuff like that? Is that the same one?
No, that's some Legends. That's some Legends picture.
God, I love that picture, dude.
Yeah, that one's Legends. But yeah, I mean, the whole concept of Vader going to find Padme or going back to her tomb is, well, I mean, that's the premise of the Vader fan film, right? It's to go explore that. So I hope they'll do that in canon.
Yeah, man. I think with the Vader fan film, that's one of the things about it that hits me the hardest is digging a little bit deeper into the regret and the consequences of Anakin's action as it relates to how he messed with the legacy of Padme a little bit. You know, he's got to have massive regret about that stuff. And, you know,
well, he does. Yeah. And I just feel like, at least from my perspective for the movie, it's he's coming from a point of view where he has no allegiance. His allegiance, you know, it was he always felt like he was held back by the Jedi. And one of the reasons that he wanted to become a master, and it says this in one of the Legends books, is because he wanted access to the restricted section. And Mace didn't give him that access. Because if he got that, then he would have been able to go in there and maybe find something about resurrecting the dead or preventing others from dying. And he wouldn't have had to go to Sidious.
Yeah, it's just like you and I share one thing in common is that episode 3 is both of our favorite movies, you know,
yeah.
and I watch episode 3 at least, you know, it's kind of embarrassing, but at least once a month. Like I was literally watching.
That's not embarrassing, man. There are people who watch it every day.
Yeah, okay, well those people are better than me. But like I at least try to get it once a month to sit down with it and watch it, you know? And every single time that Anakin goes to Mace and tells him, you know, he's the dark Sith, you know, Lord that we've been looking for. And like, you know, and Mace tells him something along the lines of, you know, if this is true, then you would have earned my trust. Yeah. It's like it puts you on such a high. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, you feel so good that Anakin is making the right choices, you know? And then you get that epic scene where they're staring at each other across Coruscant. And then
did you ever sorry to cut you off.
No,
did you ever see that? Reminds me. Did you see that part where Mace is fighting Sidious and the blooper is that Sidious is using Anakin's lightsaber?
So I have seen that. I have seen that.
Do you know about that?
I don't like.
Do you know what the story is behind that?
No. Shoot. I mean, like, I have noticed that. Yeah. I have noticed that. Yeah. But what's the story?
Okay, so in the making of Revenge of the Sith book, apparently Anakin was supposed to be standing there next to Palpatine, and he throws him his lightsaber to defend himself and fight Mace. And Anakin's just kind of standing there like,
Okay, wait a minute. So Mace gets rid of Palpatine's saber, right? Because it flies out.
No.
And the Jedi are taking over.
He wasn't supposed to have one, apparently. So
he wasn't supposed to have one at all.
Yeah, something like that. So when he comes in, and I wish Sam Witwer was here because he'd probably be able to correct me.
Yeah. Sam's a master with this stuff, and we got some fun, exciting announcements about that in a little bit.
About Sam Witwer in a bit, so you guys stay tuned. Yeah, so apparently he was supposed to, like, when Mace comes there and arrests him, he's like, you're under arrest, and Anakin was supposed to be standing next to Palpatine, right there. And he was supposed to be in the room with him. And then when they ignite their sabers, Palpatine would be like, Anakin, like, please help me or whatever. I can't defend myself. And then Anakin was going to throw him his saber.
Got it.
And then George changed it.
Because it's only in that one scene that you see Anakin's saber.
You see it in a couple. There's a couple scenes.
And like there was some like theories that somehow that related to what was going to happen in episode 9 or something like that, right? Like,
I don't know about that, but
yeah. Anyway, I forgot, but I totally forgot what my point was, dude.
Yeah, me too. Someone's like, Sam Witwer is coming on.
All right, so look, let's talk about that for a little bit, okay?
All right.
So the whole goal of this show okay? At least one of the many goals, but like one of the important goals for this show is that Theory and I want to bring on some guests, you know? And like I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Theory obviously is, you know, the face of Star Wars fandom. But like what that really means is that you kind of look at your entire life through the lens of Star Wars, you know?
Yeah.
And we want to bring people in that have done stuff on Star Wars or maybe have not done stuff on Star Wars, that are maybe promoting their films or their books or whatever, that we can talk about what they're into, but we can also talk about how Star Wars has affected their life a little bit. You know, does that sound fair?
Yeah, sounds good.
You know, and we have been working very hard to get some exciting guests on the show to talk about their new project. And we are hoping to be able to do it next week. It looks like it's a go. Okay, it looks like it's a go. And that's going to be Sam Witwer and Freddie Prinze Jr. on the show, on Rule of 2 x 2. And we're going to talk about their exciting new project, the DC Universe RPG, as well as talk a little bit of Star Wars. I mean, Sam Witwer is an encyclopedic, like treasure trove of Star Wars knowledge. I
wish he would make a channel. I wish he would make just he would just ruin all of us other Star Wars channels, but I would just sit there and just watch all the videos every day.
Isn't it amazing how much this guy knows about Star Wars?
Yeah, it's nuts.
You know, and he's also now he's painting those figurines. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that. So I keep up with his social media. But we have to remember, like, he's been involved on the inside of Lucasfilm. So it's like these guys have such an access because they're literally sitting with the guys like Filoni and George. And like, it's just like, man, to have that opportunity and to have that knowledge would just be, I bet being in that position, you probably learn so much more than any one of us would reading like the making of books or watching documentaries or whatever. It's probably like you're learning like 10 million times as fast.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. And then you have Freddie Prinze Jr., who, you know, I like Star Wars Rebels. You know, I thought that Clone Wars had something that didn't carry over into Rebels at times. But season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, I think, is amazing. Have you seen Star Wars Rebels?
No, I've seen some of it. It didn't really interest me all that much. I've seen the parts where, like, the episodes where it did interest me, but I never actually got time to, like, sit down and watch it start to finish. I've seen a good chunk of it, but I don't know. Maybe I just didn't get into it. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but
look, it's fair enough. And the beautiful thing is, you still got time, right? You got all the time in the world to
I should get into it maybe this week.
Yeah. So, like, one of the cool things about Star Wars Rebels that I really enjoy is the storyline about Ezra being tempted to the dark side by Darth Maul trying to become his apprentice. His master. So then you have this really interesting storyline of Darth Maul sort of conflicting with Kanan, who's the character played by Freddie Prinze Jr., and sort of vying for Ezra's sort of apprenticeship, and the intentions that they both have about why they really want, you know, Ezra to be their apprentice. And it's like, for me, the greatest stories are always the ones that have a little bit of gray in them, or a lot of gray in them, where it's not so easy, where the sort of moral perspective isn't black and white, you know, where the moral perspective is gray. And season 3, I think, does an excellent job in giving you that gray moral perspective. So I'm a big fan of that. And eventually I became a big fan of the character Kanan, you know, and I think that Freddie Prinze Jr. did a really nice job with him. And if you read the episode 9 script, which you haven't read yet, right? The Colin Trevorrow one?
No. Okay, I was going to go through it on the channel, but I feel like it would take probably like 3 hours.
Yeah, look, it's an awesome thing, and maybe we'll do like an animation of it or like a read along of it. But like, it's a really cool script. You know, I did a review on it. It's a really, really cool script. But in that script, there's a situation. Spoiler warning for the script. So I'm just giving everybody spoiler warning on the script, right? Everybody got it? Spoiler warning. So in the script, Rey goes blind. And
what?
God, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't read it.
I mean, look, one of my biggest critiques with the Star Wars sequels is that Rey takes no damage, right? To talk a little bit like in gamer language, right? Like,
she takes no damage whatsoever.
Dude, she takes no damage, right?
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, she takes no damage, but in Duel of the Fates, she does take damage, and she takes nice damage. And
Good.
that whole blindness that overcome, she ends up blind, gives you a really it's a really nice callback to Kanan, because Kanan overcomes his blindness, I think, in a really cool Star Wars type of way.
Yeah, I've seen all the major key points of it and how he dies and everything, but start to finish, I haven't.
Did you see the episode "The Twin Sons," which is the episode where Obi-Wan,
where Obi-Wan and Maul? Oh yeah,
it's a beautiful episode.
Yeah, see, I'm weird like that. Like I get this, I don't know. It's like me in school. Like I just get bored of certain things, but then other parts I'll just be like, eat it up.
Yeah. So Twin Sons, what's your verdict on it? Sabers up or sabers down?
Very, very poetic.
It's beautiful, right?
Yeah. Did you see Sam Witwer talk about the actual ending of the fight of it?
No.
How the movements were the exact same as Qui-Gon?
No.
So Obi-Wan was using Qui-Gon's same maneuvers where he was going like this, and then he was like, no, wait, now I'm Kenobi. And then he's like, no, wait, I am Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm Ben Kenobi now. Or however he said it. He said it way better than I did. And then Maul anticipated that he killed Qui-Gon in the same exact way that he was going to try and kill Obi-Wan by hitting him with the hilt of his saber. And he tries to go for it, and Obi-Wan anticipates that and slashes right through him. So that whole thing, it could have passed by millions of people, but it was just so poetic how they thought of it.
Yeah, dude. First of all, you're absolutely right, man. We got to figure out a way to download Sam Witwer's brain into like a computer, so that it's like the Oracle of
like
Star
the
Wars.
Matrix.
Yeah, so that we could ask it Star Wars questions. Man, I cannot wait to have those guys on the show.
Man. He was on my flight. He was on my flight when I was heading to film the first episode.
Did you guys chat a little bit?
Not really. I didn't want to be that annoying dude, I didn't want to be like, I was like, dude, are you Sam Witwer? And he's like, I am. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, are you going to watch Solo? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch. He was on the plane. And I was like, I'm not going to bother you the rest of the flight. Can you just can you say hi in this video? And I uploaded it on Instagram, and people were just freaking out.
Oh, that's cool.
And then and then afterwards I got a photo with him, and that was cool.
Yeah, he's a good look. He's a great guy. I haven't really I've met him a few times. Never gotten a chance to chat with him, so I'm really looking forward to him and Freddie coming on the show, talking about DC Universe RPG and talking a little bit of Star Wars. Man, I'm really excited about that. Like, look, it like things sometimes fall apart, but as of right now, it seems like they are going to come on the show and spend an hour with us and just talk with us. And the
heck, man, they can come on the show and talk about cheese for all I care. Just
dude, just
bring them on the show.
Yeah, just say a few lines as Darth Maul. Let me ask you a question, because now we're in tangent territory. Solo. Okay. Did you first of all, did you actually watch it on the flight like you promised? Where?
Yeah, that was my third time. Yeah,
okay.
Third time watching it. Yeah.
How do you feel about them using Witwer's voice at the end versus the voice of the guy in the Clone Wars? I'm sorry, in Phantom Menace. 1? Yeah.
It was cool, but it kind of crosses worlds a little bit. To be honest, I really like Ray Park's voice. I think his voice would be perfect as Maul. But we know Maul's voice now because of the Clone Wars and Rebels to be Sam Witwer. So for a lot of people to not have it be anymore, it would be kind of strange. So they made a good decision.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, in episode 1, you only hear that dude's voice a few times, and we've actually had him. He came on Collider Live a few times or once or whatever. So I can't remember who the actor is right now. But
the original voice?
Yeah. But soon we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi.
At last we will have revenge.
Yeah, dude. Like, don't you just want to talk like that all the time? At last we will have revenge. Finally, we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. I think that's literally the only thing he says in the entire movie.
Peter Serafinowicz.
Yeah. Good old Pete.
This guy's an actor. He's been in a lot of movies.
So he was the voice of Maul in episode 1.
Yeah, I thought he was great.
Yeah. Ray Park's another one that we need to get on the show.
100%, dude. And I think he's based in Burbank.
He is based in Burbank.
Yeah.
Like didn't you post or like retweet him doing like his like Jedi stuff like in his living room
or something in his house? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like that's like, I mean, that's what I do, but except the way I do it looks ridiculous. But he's actually in his house, straight up with a lightsaber, just whooping ass, man.
Yeah, he's cool, man. I think he's one of like the real true fans of Star Wars. You get actors that like can play Star Wars, and that's cool and all. But I mean, I think he and Mark Hamill and a few others are legit Star Wars fans.
Yeah, man. It's
that take it to that next level of like nerddom that we do.
Yeah, it's just like, and then there's Sam Witwer, sitting atop of Mount Star Wars fandom. I mean, the guy is like hand painting, like I have a 3D printer, and I like to 3D print like sabers. Like I'll go on the internet and I'll find like a model for a saber, and I have this idea to build like a chess set, of like lightsabers.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? And like
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, just like a chess set, because there's so many different hilts. I'm a big fan of the hilts. There's so many different hilts that you can build like a little like chess set of hilts. Like the bishop could be like the ones from the those
could be like Malgus's.
Or what are those guys with the yellow sabers that protect the Jedi temple?
Oh, hold up. Let me get it.
Oh, I think he actually has it. How's everybody doing in the chat world?
Right here.
That's it, dude. That's it. So I don't have the model for that one, but I'm thinking that's the bishop for white. So you have the white and the black side, but for white, that's the bishop.
Temple guards.
Yeah, the temple guards. But so anyway, man, I make my own sabers. I 3D print them, and they come out like crap, but it's fun.
Project Luminous was just revealed. Light of the Jedi.
What's that? Breaking? We got breaking news. Everybody.
Someone just super chat. Super chats while you find it out.
Dude, you should put like
Best Gamer C3PO. Thanks guys for the super chat. Zip. Thank you, dude. Parth says rule of $2. Rule of 2 is back. Sup Hernandez in theory. Here we go for a stream of Eternal Empire stream. Dude.
Eternal Empire?
Eternal Empire is a sick name.
That's pretty cool, dude. You like that? Eternal Empire?
I like that. Eternal Empire.
That's pretty good. Who came up with that?
Detroit Matiyaha.
Shout out to Detroit. Yeah, man. Like, look, I'm down to call it whatever. I just want to talk Star Wars.
You could have an E squared. Eternal Empire.
Eternal
Empire.
I think
that's sick.
Rise, my friend.
Rise, my friend.
So everybody who doesn't know, we have changed Rise into, go for it.
Rise, my friends.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So, okay, I'm sorry. So go back to Project Luminous. What just got announced?
I don't know. Someone just super chatted. Hey, Project Luminous was revealed. Light of the Jedi.
What is that? A book, a comic, or?
Let me Google it. Light of the Jedi. So
we got a couple more topics to get through. We've been running about 27 minutes, but look, we're just warming up, man. We're just trying to do an hour a week where we can talk Star Wars.
Do you guys like these podcasts so far? Type one if you do. I like them. I think they're fun.
I'm having fun with it, Who's your favorite Jedi? My favorite Jedi is Anakin Skywalker.
Title The Dark Council Legion of Sith. Nah, it's too long. Any thoughts on Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds?
What is that? Galactic Battlegrounds.
It's some sort of game. Yeah, Ethan, it's not happening, man. He sent a naughty super chat.
A naughty super chat?
Yeah. So a weird question. Are there any new leaks about the Mandalorian season 2?
Oh yeah.
Apparently, Giancarlo Esposito. Plays. What?
Yeah. First of all, it's on the rundown, but that's the most exciting news I read all day. I'm sorry. Keep going to cut you off. Keep going.
Oh, should we talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it, dude.
Okay, yeah. So apparently, he was at the Vancouver Fan Expo, and he revealed that there will be a really crazy lightsaber fight scene in season 2.
Dude, and Giancarlo Esposito teases an epic lightsaber battle for the Mandalorian season 2. Now we know that his character, I forget his name right now off the top of my head, but we know that Moff Gideon, that he ends up with the Darksaber, which is really cool because also in episode 9, we got to do an episode 9 episode where we just go in it because I want you to read it so that you have these frame of references.
I want to read it too, yeah. I saw the concept art and it was ridiculous.
But in episode 9, one of the Knights of Ren, spoiler warning again for episode 9 script, but Knights of Ren has the Darksaber. So it's interesting to me that a Knight of Ren ended up with that lightsaber, because that happens obviously way after The Mandalorian. But there might have been some discussion about how he ended up with that lightsaber, because the Darksaber is very explicitly a part of the episode 9 Duel of the Fates script. So I'm really intrigued to hear some of the background that also ties it into the Clone Wars, right? Into the whole, like Rise of Mandalore and all that stuff, and Rebels as well. Like Whitwer would be able to give us like a 3-hour dissertation.
We wouldn't even talk. We would just be like,
yeah, we would just listen. But dude, the big question for me is, who is he going to be fighting with that lightsaber?
Luke.
No way.
Oh, that'd be cool. Well, I mean, just think of it. He has to go track down the Jedi. He has to go track down to take the child, Baby Yoda, back to his family. And who knows Yoda better than Luke? There's no one in the game. So he's going to be going around on this Easter egg hunt, and then they're going to be like, oh, a Jedi knows of him, of Yoda, blah, blah, blah. Go find him. And then they find Luke, and then Luke sees the child, and boom, there you go. Then Moff Gideon shows up, and then they probably end it.
God, that would be so awesome, dude. You just
Season 3 begins.
God, you're teasing me, bro. How much did you end up loving The Mandalorian after all?
It's amazing.
It was amazing, right?
It's one of the best shows ever made.
Dude, that last episode, dude, I was teared up. Like how
it was great.
Dude, it's just like, man, that episode was good.
So action packed.
So good, dude. And you're right. I mean, that show took big swings, right? So it's not crazy that they would bring in somebody to play young Luke and maybe hire us to do the deep fake.
Dude, I feel like they're pulling out all the stops on that one, and they really care because they're fans themselves. And I feel like a big mistake with maybe some directions of Star Wars has been that the people behind it perhaps they may be good writers, but they may not know the story of Star Wars. And I feel like with The Mandalorian, Filoni and Jon Favreau, like, these are our guys, man. These are as fans as they come. So we're in good hands.
So it's like, but we also know that they take big swings, man, because Baby Yoda is the biggest swing I've seen Star Wars take since the acquisition of Disney, and it paid off, man. It paid off big time. Like,
especially with all the new merch they just launched.
Yeah. So it's another point in our attacking the child, aka Baby Yoda merch and toys have been revealed at the New York Toy Fair, including an animatronic Baby Yoda by Hasbro with over 25 sound and motion combos, available for pre-order for $60. Are you going to be pre-ordering any Baby Yoda toys?
I already did. I pre-ordered.
Did you really?
I pre-ordered the Sideshow collectible.
Oh God.
Baby Yoda
life
statue,
size,
which comes
life size,
which comes in, I think, September of 2020. So I'm gonna be doing a review on the channel.
So,
sure.
Dude, actually,
cool.
Sideshow Collectibles are great friends at Collider. I'm actually going there this week. I'm actually going there this week. I mean, you've seen my Anakin.
I've seen your Anakin. Yeah, I also ordered the Darth Sidious that's coming in. I think it's like November of 2020. And have you seen that one? It's a Mythos statue.
There's something new about it, right? Something else.
Cool, man. He's like standing on Mustafar with his lightsaber and he's shooting lightning.
What?
Yeah.
But is it articulate? Is it a hot toy or is it like a statue?
No, it's a Mythos.
A Mythos.
Or Mythos.
Mythos.
Yeah, you know the really high scale statues they make that are like huge, and they put like an apple next to it to show you the scale of the size.
Oh, one of the big boys.
The big boys, the really beautifully articulated ones.
Damn. No, because I'm a Hot Toys guy. You know, like Hot Toys are like my Barbies. You know, I like Hot Toys. Do you like Hot Toys?
Yeah, I've got the Obi-Wan and I've got the Anakin.
Which Anakin? The one from
the same one you have. The one that you can only get at like the cons.
Oh, you have that one?
I have that one, man.
Okay.
I tracked it down at Celebration. Yeah.
Nice. See, look, dude. Like anything you want, you get, brother. You know, I'm very impressed with your ways of sneaking around. You know, you will
sneaking
give
around.
me.
I didn't buy them.
You will give me the Anakin.
No one gives me shit, man. I just buy stuff.
Look, but my point is, I'm going to go to Sideshow this week, and I'm going to bring up the podcast. I'm going to bring up the show, And maybe if they know what they're talking about, if they know what they're doing, they'll use this show as a platform to promote their stuff. Maybe they'll come on,
Well, you know
donate.
what? Actually, I was supposed to have a deal with them for my podcast that I was having on Spotify, but that guy is like disappeared, so I haven't heard anything from them. So this might be the good opportunity.
So anyway, we won't talk about that, but that sounds whatever. It's like, what the hell's going on in the world today? It's like,
I talked about it in my previous video. It's like, yeah, you know what? Whatever, man. Just roll with the punches. If they want to disappear, that's okay.
yeah.
That's cool.
What is it? We got a new podcast here. Currently, Rule of Two, but maybe Eternal Empire.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just Eternal Empire. Like, imagine you're a publicist, right? I'm calling you up, and you represent Sam Witwer, and we want to get Sam on the show. And I say, hey, man, can hey, does Sam want to come on the Eternal Empire podcast? Like, how does that make you feel right away?
I'd be more inclined for Eternal Empire than Rule of Two, I think.
Really?
I think so, yeah. It sounds sick. Empire? You have an empire? Like, what's your empire? You have Rule of Two. Okay, what's the
First
rules?
of all, you're right, because Eternal Empire also means that we can have an empire of people on the cast.
Yeah.
And it's not everybody always bitching at me.
And then have like a panel at Celebration and a panel here and there. It's like we can just our empire.
Our eternal empire.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's up to you.
And then you have your new saying. Go shoot it out one more time.
Rise, my friends.
And then I have my new saying, which is Kaleida's taking over.
I told you to come to this.
I told you to come to this. Kaleida's taking over. So look, what do the chat say in the comments? Let us know. Eternal Empire or Rule of Two,
okay,
maybe.
Type 1 for Eternal Empire, and then type 2 for Rule of Two. Type 3 for something else.
To keep looking.
Method says, do you think they will show Order 66 fully or just the start and Ahsoka and Rex's escape? I hope they show Order 66. I hope they really go in depth and they show us everything that Anakin did in the temple.
Are we talking Clone Wars now?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, so The Bad Batch, the first episode, I'm a huge Clone Wars guy, man. I am obsessed with Clone Wars. I've seen every episode maybe 2 or 3 times. For me, it's kind of like, it's similar to the way that I feel about Star Trek.
You looking at the chat right now?
The Jedi had taken over. Yeah,
they like Eternal Empire.
They also like Rule of Two, and then they also like us to do something else.
Get out of here, man. Rule of Two, there's like 2% of it.
No, look at that. I see. Right now, I'm seeing 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. It's like computer code. Look, I think the fair way to do it is, why don't we do a poll? Yeah,
okay. I can do that. I can do that poll. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We do a poll. I'll give it a retweet from the Collider account.
No, I'll do it on my YouTube. Those usually get like 100,000 to 200,000 votes.
All right, let's do it.
Crazy. Yeah,
let's do a poll
right now, guys. Go hop on the vote right now in the community tab.
Rule of Two, Empire, Eternal Empire, or something else, right?
Yeah, vote the new podcast name. To Eternal Empire. That's sick.
I like Eternal Empire too.
Do you have a third one?
Do we have a third one? I don't know if we have a third one. Like I had Dark Order of the Sith, but there's no way we're calling it that.
Teletubbies?
I don't know. Eternal Empire is pretty good, man.
I think it's pretty sick.
Star Wars Tubbies? The Hutts?
The Hutts.
Hutties?
The Hutts. No way. Hey, can we get Mark Hamill on the show? Yeah, what's your show called? The Hutts?
Eternal Empire.
Okay, I just posted it.
But
so
here's my thing. Eternal Empire, is it too fantasy sci-fi and not Star Wars enough? That's my only question about it.
Screw it, dude. You know what I've learned is that if you have the numbers, you can call it whatever you call it. Yeah, footsie. People come in and
first of all, the footsie podcast. The footsie podcast would probably get more views.
Probably.
You know, like if we're just here playing footsie for 2 hours.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino would be all over that.
Oh boy, coming in hot. All right.
I love Quentin, dude.
Yeah, of course, dude. He's the king. He's the king.
Like my epitome. After George, I would love to meet him.
Dude, I love what I've been seeing on the chat. The chat looks really cool, man. This is what it's all about. Is like.
I love my community, man. They're amazing.
having this dialogue, you know. So, all right. So anyway, Clone Wars. I'm a big Clone Wars guy. Finally, after God knows how many years Clone Wars was off. I mean, I think I saw the last new episode of Clone Wars in maybe 2014. Like, I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but I think, like, I saw it on Netflix when it came out on Netflix, maybe 2014, 2013 is when it last aired. So, you know, we've been waiting a solid 6 years for that, you know, to come back. And we didn't even know if it was going to come back until 2 Comic-Cons ago when it was announced. And finally, the Bad Batch shows up. Now, I had seen this episode because this episode was on the
leaks.
But it was also on the Star Wars website for like a year.
Well, I didn't know that. I just saw it on YouTube.
Yeah. This episode.
Someone leaked this?
No, this episode was on the Star Wars website. You know, so that kind of bummed me out a little bit because I was like, "Yo, like you guys just got, you know, like give us all new stuff."
Yeah, but you know what? It's someone sent me the. Hold up, I'm sure we can talk about this. This is not a big deal.
But but I ended up really liking this episode. Just for the record, just so everybody, like, I liked this episode. I thought it was really cool.
So someone sent me the actual list of the names of the episodes up until.
Oh, really?
The first 8. First 8 and the dates that they air. Of course, it's every week. But
can we hear those names? I want to hear them.
We can, yeah. So it's the Bad Batch, February 21st. A Distant Echo.
Yes.
On the Wings.
Actually, Distant Echo means another Clones episode, but hopefully Anakin will say, "Hey, what's going on? Can I come help?" And like he goes and helps, right?
Apparently, he's more in this one. Yeah. On the Wings of Kiradax, Unfinished Business, and then it's Ahsoka's Walkabout. Then it's Gone Without a Trace, March 20th. Deal or No Deal, March 27th. And then it's Unknown. Then we go Siege of Mandalore, Unknown, until May 8th. God. Which is odd they don't have an episode coming out May 4th, but oh well, whatever.
Dude, I'm excited for this, bro. I really enjoyed that episode, man. And like they've upgraded the visuals. Like, did you notice that? Like
it looks so smooth. It's so crisp now. Yeah.
Oh my God, the great. Lighting and like the lighting looks
is huge.
Dude,
it looks beautiful. The
first
dusk, it's great.
Dude, I'm glad you noticed that, man, because like I put it on the projector. I like waited all weekend to like that optimal viewing time where everything was perfect, and I put it on there. And man, like even Anakin looked badass. Like one awesome thing about Star Wars, Clone Wars, is that every season Anakin's hair gets a little bit longer. You know, he gets a little bit closer to the Anakin that we
into account, which is cool. It's attention to detail, and that's Dave Filoni for you,
dude. And like one of my favorite things about this episode is that it ends with "created by George Lucas."
I know.
You know,
that's the best part.
And like George Lucas, man, that's my hero, dude. You know,
that's
and
my hero too. Yeah,
it's
everything is because of him. Everything in my life,
dude. One small plug I'm gonna say here. If you guys haven't seen the latest George Lucas deepfake, I'm so proud of it. George Lucas goes to Vegas to celebrate to celebrate the Rise of Skywalker. It's my only plug, but if you haven't seen it, go watch it, man, because I'm so proud of it. I think it's so funny. Did you watch it?
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it, or you can say whatever you want? It's like totally open. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. Like,
no, I did. Yeah, the ending where with the where Wendy shows up.
Yeah. So Theory gave me the advice that I should change the thumbnail on it, and
you should.
And like I probably should take you up on that, but I'm so proud of that one. Josh Robert Thompson, who plays George Lucas, we went to Vegas.
Such a talented guy.
Such a talented guy. Who have you made that announcement yet about him?
No, but we can.
That's okay, fine. Go for it, because I'm very excited about it.
Okay, yeah. So with Once Upon a Theory, with the animations that I do, we're doing a new series kind of thing where we're doing the same thing, but in there, George Lucas will yell cut, and the camera just kind of pans out, and then he comes in with his like notes and stuff, and he's like, "Alrighty, and I need you to be a little more vicious. You're trying to kill him here." And Josh Robert Thompson does the voice of Lucas, and just monologues the whole thing. It's so amazing.
Yeah, we got to get.
There's like an extra 4 minutes of it, just him be like, "Cut, Ian, you sound like you got bad gas. What's going on here?"
Yeah, I mean,
so
he's
funny.
Ultimately, I'm George Lucas, creator of the Star Wars saga. Yeah, he is the best. You know, we got to get him on the podcast. You're good with
We
us.
have to, yeah.
Yeah. We got to get him on. We got to get him on ASAP.
100%.
You know,
and
so
Costa and yeah.
Yeah, so look, that's what I'm proud about, man. We're building from our side of the fence. We're building a Star Wars community.
Our eternal empire.
Our eternal empire. Looks maybe, you know.
Well, look at the votes. 1.8K votes in 6 minutes. Rule of Two has 48%. Eternal Empire 52%.
Look, that sounds like a presidential runoff to me.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's getting
look. First
close.
of all,
we'll see in a couple hours.
The people will speak, and I'm fine with either one because I think Eternal Empire could actually be really cool because it's less like people always used to give me crap on Rule of Two if I would bring in a third guest.
Yeah,
you know, because it doesn't follow
we can't do that. Only two there are.
Only two there are. God, what the hell were we just talking about? Got me so excited. Oh yeah, Josh Robert Thompson on the podcast. But that's what we're trying to do here, man. We're trying to build a Star Wars community of people on this side of the fence that are leveraging their resources, their connections to do cool stuff. You know, like I'm very proud of the stuff that I've done with Josh and George Lucas. I'm very happy that now Josh is the voice of Once Upon a Theory, which is like my favorite animation stuff. I'm actually thinking about doing my own animation stuff, which I don't want to give too many details on, but I think it's pretty funny. You know, and we're going to keep doing all this fan stuff. I'm also going to drop this bomb. Like, we're also thinking about doing a fan film festival. Okay. And in Los Angeles and in San Diego Comic-Con this coming year, where we're going to show our favorite fan films and take submissions from the fans to enter the first annual Eternal Empire Fan Film Festival.
There you go.
It's first of all, Eternal Empire is starting to grow on me. It's starting to grow on me a little
present this award to them. It could be like I don't know, just like a throne chair.
Dude, I went to Gentle Giant. God, I don't know if this violates my NDA. It probably does. I probably shouldn't say it. But imagine that I went somewhere, okay? And imagine, oh God, I think it's out there.
They're cool, man. I love their stuff. I didn't know they follow me on Instagram. I just found out 2 days ago. I'm like, what the hell?
Do they?
Gentle Giant, yeah.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. So anyway, They're really cool. But they also made this C3PO like Oscar thing. Have you seen it? You can Google it because there's images of it out there. But it's C3PO looking just like the Academy Award. It's the coolest statue I've ever seen. That's what I want to give away.
What?
You see it?
Yeah.
It's dope, right?
Star Wars bus C3PO McQuarrie concept. Is that the one?
No. It's C3PO as the Oscar statue.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at another one.
Anyway, there's a lot of stuff that we're planning is the point, you know? And it's like, how do we maintain the Star Wars?
That's cool, man.
Oh, you see the C3PO?
That's epic. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's awesome, right? So, like, can you imagine now we do...
So that's what Lucasfilm gives their employees, I think, after 20 years of service.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, like, now imagine we do, like, a nice little fan film festival. It doesn't even have to be Star Wars. It could be whatever. It could be science fiction. It could be Indiana Jones. You know, we don't talk enough about indie, man. Like, indie's one of my... Like, indie is, like, one of my... You know, it's like one of my favorite things, but we want to...
Be Battlestar Galactica, could be Alien, could be whatever, man.
It could be friggin' Cobra Kai, it could be Karate Kid inspired fans, you know? Like let's let us use our platform to give you guys a chance to like have somewhere to show your stuff. So anyway, man, I get excited about that. We're down to about 12 minutes. We haven't really talked about Clone Wars, but so yeah.
Let's read through some of these super chats here before we
go for it.
Mark, virtual production, baby. If you get involved in developing virtual production as used in the Mando, I want in. Okay.
Yeah.
Should petition to make that virtual production that they're doing.
Who said that? Because that's exactly what I'm doing. Who said that?
J-Lo Flicks.
So J-Lo Flicks, man, that's exactly, or girl, that's exactly what we're trying to do here at Collider is actually build up our virtual production facility. So that we can have full-blown virtual tracking, green screen, like it's green screen 3.0 pretty much.
Do you think you'll have that by July?
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. Why? Because
I'm gonna rent your studio.
Dude, first of all, you don't have to rent anything, okay? Like you can come in here and do your thing, as long as you just say
For filming.
Yeah, why not? If you
Filming
schedule
episode
it.
2?
Yeah, when you schedule it, if nobody's here, why that? It's like,
Okay.
dude, that's what it's
Yeah.
all about. It's all about
That was-
rise, my friend.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you.
All right.
Sponsored by Collider. There we go.
Do we have more super chats? Go for it.
Yeah, we got tons. Darth Revan Black Series Saber is coming out. Right. Have you seen that? It looks really cool.
Which one?
So the Black Series, Hasbro is making a Darth Revan lightsaber.
Oh boy, that's cool.
And it's got a removable blade and it can change colors from purple to red.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
Because Revan did have both colors, right?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What did you think of Sebastian Stan as Luke? Yeah, that could work. But I mean, they did a great job with Luke and de-aging him in Episode 9, so that'd be fine.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on KOTOR remake? They should do it. So now that it's been a bit, what do you think of Episode 9? Oh boy.
I did a whole review on Episode 9. I was pretty hot about Episode 9. I didn't like Episode 9. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it flat out. I didn't like Episode 9. I know you did, and I respect your opinion. And
I did, and then I saw it again, and the wheels started turning a little bit. I still like it, mainly because it corrects a lot of the stuff from Episode 8, which destroyed the sequel trilogy for me. And there were a lot of elements in there that I liked, but overall, I'm basically just saying that on the premise of it's great considering what we got before. So, is it what it could have been? No, not at all. I think it was very disjointed. I think the people behind it were not passionate enough, or they didn't know the story. I think J.J. Abrams did a great job with what he was given. I just feel like it could have been so much more, and with Episode 9, it was just felt very rushed and very quick for me. And as for Palpatine's death and all that stuff, like I wasn't a fan of that. There were no Force ghosts. There was there were a lot of issues there that bugged me. But at the end of the day, I'm happy it's done and we can move on. The acting was great from Adam Driver and a lot of the others, and it was cool. It left me happy. But picking it apart, yeah, of course, there's things that I would always want more.
Yeah. Adam Driver is such a good actor, dude. Like that dude is awesome. We're so lucky that we get to watch his career unfold because he really is an incredible actor. And it doesn't matter what's going on in a Star Wars movie. I'm pretty much into anything Kylo Ren does. Whether I agree with it or not, it kind of becomes relevant because I'm so into what Kylo Ren is. I think he's a great character. I didn't love him in Episode 8 once he destroys his helmet. I think that there were some things about him that didn't feel to me like Kylo, but I still enjoy Kylo, even like that scene when him and Luke are fighting, like in The Last Jedi. Forget about whether or not it makes any sense, okay? Because I think everybody knows how I feel about that. I like the Kylo's acting in it,
Yeah.
Dude,
his acting is not the issue. His acting is great.
His acting is great, Awesome. Episode 9. Look, to me, my Episode 9 is Duel of the Fates.
Colin Trevorrow's, yeah.
I
feel like it would have been better for sure.
And to me, that's the Revenge of the Sith of the sequels. And we got to do a whole episode after you read it so we can do our review of it. Because I'll send you, there's links all over the place now for it.
Yeah, if you have one.
Yeah. I'll send you one.
I might even do a live stream and just go through it with all of you guys. I don't know how long it would take, a few hours probably. But, we'll sit there, we'll order some pizza and just go through it. And then on Eternal Empire or Rule of Two, you and I can go over everything.
What's the tally? What's the tally at? Let's get a check-in on the voting.
Let's see. Okay, we're at 15 minutes, about 5,000 votes almost. Oh, damn. Rule of Two, 58%.
Oh, rise, my friend. Look, we got to let the people speak, That's what I love about this. The people have to speak, but I'm open to all of it.
You want Rule of 2? No episode 2. That's what happens. It's as simple as that.
Oh, dude, what are you talking about? I thought you loved Rule of 2.
I can leverage.
No.
I do love the Rule of 2. Yeah, I love Eternal Empire as well.
Oh, good. Now, once the voting starts, dude, I didn't think we were going to have to start campaigning. I just thought the people were going to speak.
There we go.
The people are starting to like the voting.
Start changing their votes.
Oh God, this is fun. All right, so look, first of all, I think we got through the entire list. I think we got through the entire list of stuff to talk about. Right? We talked about the Clone Wars. Actually, we didn't talk about Clone Wars that much. Bottom line is, though, I thought the episode looked awesome. Upgraded from where we last left Clone Wars about 6-7 years ago. I thought it looked great, and I enjoyed the episode. Yeah, it didn't have the Big Mac for me of the Jedi and Anakin and Obi-Wan and all that stuff. It will. But I really enjoyed all the Easter eggs to the previous Clone War stuff, like bringing up Echo, bringing up 99. 99 was that sort of like messed up clone. Like all of these really interesting stories about the clones that they handpicked and like reminded you of all that stuff. I mean, like, that's awesome, dude. Like, the clones are a big part of Star Wars, like the clone troopers and all of that stuff post, Clone Wars. It's like irrelevant, and it just, to me, it reminded me why I love the George Lucas Star Wars so much. And to me, it felt good. It felt good to watch it again. I can't wait for the next episode.
Let me ask you something. What do you want to see from this season,
dude? You nailed it at the top of the show. I don't want the series to end right when Revenge of the Sith starts, right? Because that would be very easy to do, right?
It won't. We already know it won't.
Because you can end it with that incredible battle over Coruscant. Yeah. I wanted to go past that. That's all I want for it.
Well, we saw in the trailer that they were talking on the around the holotable, and it was literally the scene in Revenge of the Sith right before Anakin goes to see the Chancellor.
Really?
Yeah.
Which scene again? Say it again. Which scene?
The scene where Mace Windu and Yoda. It's a very forgettable scene, but it's cool because they're all chilling around the holodeck, not the holodeck, what Star Trek, the hologram, whatever.
Rise,
and
traitor, unsubscribe.
I love Star Trek too.
I love Star Trek too, man. I love Star Wars more though. But yeah, they're talking around the hologram, and Mace Windu. I forgot what Mace Windu says. Anyways, he says something, and Yoda's on Kashyyyk, and
to a dark place this will take us.
Yeah, and Anakin is like just about to go and see the Chancellor
before he finds out that he is the Sith Lord.
He's just about to find out that he is a Sith Lord, or maybe he's already gone there and he's like about to come back. But it's like right around that period.
I most certainly would love to. What is it that he says? He's I can
certainly like to.
I would certainly like to. God, I do. Look, somebody said get Hayden on the show.
To kill me?
That would be my dream, dude. That's my number one guest. That's my number one guest. Hayden.
He lives in Vancouver.
That's my number one guest for the podcast is Hayden Christensen. Let's make that happen somehow, dude. Like, let's make that our goal.
I have a connection to him apparently through the producer of my fan film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, wouldn't it be awesome to just sit and shoot the shit with him?
Funny little story. I guess I'll make it quick. So I had like a mosquito bite when I was shooting for the first episode. I had a mosquito bite on my leg, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" It's like kind of looks like infected. So I called the doctor to the hotel room, and the doctor comes in the room, and we start talking. So he's like, "Oh, so what are you doing out here?" I'm like, I'm just out here and we're shooting a movie. And he's like, "Oh, no way, what movie?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, Star Wars fan film, blah blah blah, Vader." And he's like, "No way, look at this." And he plops open his phone, and Hayden Christensen's phone number is right there. He's Hayden's doctor.
Oh, Jesus. The guy who treated your mosquito bite.
Yeah.
You couldn't say, yo, give me his number?
No, man, I'm not going to be
I know, it's like doctor, like confidentiality.
Yeah, but...
You probably shouldn't have shown you that, though, you know?
He didn't... yeah.
but
no, he didn't show me his phone number. He showed me his contact name.
Right. Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a photographic memory, that'd be cool. But
yeah, dude, I'm a big fan of his work, and I can't wait. One day we'll get him on the show. So look, we're about to wrap up. Let me hear your thoughts really quick on Clone Wars. You like the thumbs up, thumbs down, lasers out, lasers down?
Great.
Sabers.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to see more of the progression into episode 3 and then through episode 3, all the stuff that we didn't get to see. Because there were all those deleted scenes from Order 66 where Anakin's walking inside the temple. Like, have you seen those?
I have.
Yeah. He kills Shaak Ti and then he's walking in the temple and it's like things are like falling down. There are clones shooting everyone. It was incredible, and I hope we get to see that in the Clone Wars.
And like you said something earlier, or maybe I saw it on your live stream when I was checking out you playing Fallen Order. To me, my favorite part of Fallen Order is all of the flashback stuff to like Order 66. I thought they did that so incredibly well. Like it like in the way it flashes forward to him, like learning how to use the Force to grab the saber. All these things I really, really, it's so cool. God, can you imagine getting a whole game like that, dude? Like a whole game about Order 66,
But I want it in Coruscant. I want it at the Jedi Temple. I think that would be sweet.
Yeah. I saw there was a new super chat in there for you. Do you want to try to hit it? Do you want to sort of knock out the last questions before we wrap it up here?
The last super chat, sure. Hopefully I get through most of them. Someone says Hut's Cantina. Jay Broadway says, name Jedi Council's intro, take a seat, Windu. Christopher says, the clone base from the Bad Batch looks similar to the Rebels episode where Hera and Sabine go to the abandoned clone base with those creatures attacking them in Rebels Season 1. Interesting. Jerry Gill says, I hope you're coming to New York City to premiere in December. Right, I might have a premiere in New York and LA. We'll see how it goes. See how much it costs. If a theater wants to sponsor us, that'd be cool. Alton says, if KOTOR movie happened, who would you cast? Keanu Reeves. Yo, can we get Keanu on the show?
God, can you imagine? Hold on. KOTOR, what? So somebody to play Revan?
Yeah. You got to get access to Keanu, man.
Dude, first of all, we've interviewed Keanu a bunch of times at Collider.
What?
Oh, yeah, a bunch of times. But I've never gotten him to say, hey, you want to talk Star Wars? But maybe I can, dude. You never know about the power of rule of empire, of the eternal destiny.
Talk about Matrix 4.
Yeah, we'll talk about Matrix 4 and how like that's the beauty of this podcast. We can bring anybody on here who wants to chat with you guys, the fans, and with us, and just talk movies and nerddom, and then throw some Star Wars stuff in there as we go through the rundown. See, we even got a rundown. We're like legit. We got a rundown. All right. You want to keep going through a few more, or you want to wrap it up?
Sure, we can do a few more. Yeah, I always felt Disney wanted to make Star Wars its own and take it as far as they could from Lucas, good or bad. Yeah, I agree with that. I think
Disney's taking over.
I told you to come to this. Thanks, JLo Flix. JLo Flix says he's a dude. And he's studying virtual production. Randall says, I've loved Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker since I first saw Star Wars, A New Hope in 1977. It changed my life, changed how I saw life and writing in general. And Apprentice Ewok says, thank you so much for this podcast.
Tell JLo Flix to hit me up on Twitter, because I really am building out a virtual stage here at Collider, and anybody who's got expertise in that's in the LA area, I'd love to chat with them. So at Mark Fernandez, it's there on the thing. Hit me up.
There you go. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So what do you think? It was pretty good.
This is awesome, dude. Yeah, it feels very natural and organic. Doesn't feel.
Yeah, it's basically you and me when we call each other on the weekends to talk.
It's literally what it is, but it's just recording.
Yeah, it's the same thing but recording. But dude, there's a lot of exciting Star Wars stuff coming up. There'll be a shit ton of info on Project Luminous on Collider later tonight. If you want to check it out too, Theory, we'll have all that stuff on the website. Go check that stuff out. And yeah, man, I can't wait for episode 2. And
we'll get Sam Witwer and Freddie Prinze Jr. on the show next Monday.
Yeah,
most likely. Crossing fingers.
Crossing fingers. It looks like it's going to happen. However, it might not happen at 5. Right there, they might have to come in a little bit earlier. But we will keep you guys updated. Maybe we'll still run the show at 5, even though it would be fun to do it live, so that you guys could ask questions.
We can pre-record it if you want, or we can run it earlier. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. But tune in for episode 2, because we might have the Masters Sam Witwer and Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about their DC game and talking about Star Wars and how much, they love this universe.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be cool.
All right, cool. So we're going to wrap it up here, but we're going to wrap it up with our new exit, right? Like I've retired Rise, and now we're bringing in...
Someone said Eternal Empire's Rule of Two. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, too. What's the voting at? What's the voting at after your...
The voting? Now it's at 7.7. Damn it, dude. Rule of Two, 63%. All right, fine.
Ouch.
It shall remain Rule of Two.
Guys, thank you so much for this first
Thanks,
episode,
everyone.
man. We've been trying to work hard to figure all this stuff out. We're gonna get things working better and smoother. But thank you for working with us on this. Thank you, Star Wars Theory, for doing the show with me.
Thank you, Collider.
I'm excited about this, man.
Yeah, this is a great collab. It's fun.
All right, cool. So
Cool.
hit it.
Rise, my friends.